A new government report shows sea level in Metro Manila has exceeded and is now almost 3 times the global average. Now, what are the root causes of this acceleration in rising sea levels, and how can this affect our environment and our daily lives? Joining us now live via Zoom is Dennis Bringas. He's the Physical Oceanography Division Chief of the National Mapping and Resource Information Authority, or NAMRIA. Good morning, Dennis, and thank you for joining us.
Yes, good morning, Sir Paulo.
Dennis, first let's talk, let's break down the facts and figures. What did you find from your latest report, and what is the global sea level annually, and what does that data mean for Metro Manila?
Yes, sir. Yes, I will just put into perspective, no? The NASA pegged the rate of sea level rise, global sea level rise at 3.4. Okay, and also from the permanent sea level, mean sea level service, the PSMSL, also almost the same figure, 3.7 millimeters per year. But according to our records, the NAMRIA records, we have what we call the sea level data from 1901 to up to now. So we have data that's specifically for Metro Manila. No? So if we break down those data into periods, I call it period from 1901 to 2022 first. We look at the whole bunch of data. We are looking at a 8.4 millimeters per year. That's around 122 years.
Right.
Okay. So if you look at the 1947 to 2022, because we have hard data for 1947. We don't have the 1901 data. So you are looking at a 13.2 millimeters per year.
Okay, Dennis, are we talking about a global sea level rise, or are we talking about a local sea level rise? Perhaps we can differentiate that and really sort of set the stage, because we have water rising globally. Ice is melting, the sea is expanding due to an increasing global warming level. But I think we need to differentiate between a global sea rise and why we can point towards a localized rise in sea levels here towards the Philippines and Metro Manila in particular.
Yes, when you talk of global, it's the whole ocean. Is speaking of the whole ocean. The satellite data is trying to look at the whole ocean as it covers the earth, right? So, but if you say local, it means specific to a particular area, geographical area, just like Metro Manila, it's local. And we have at least 60 observing stations throughout the country. So you are looking at least 30 local mean sea level. Okay, so if we try to look at Metro Manila, as I was saying, you can break down the periods of these what we have collected. So for 1965 to 2002, you are looking now at a 14.4 millimeters per year. So for Manila, you have three values, like 8 millimeters up to 14 millimeters, depending on the period. So I also try to compare the global data, which is the 3.4 global data from NASA. That's they say it's from 1993 to 2022 data. So it's 3.4, but the same period for Manila, it's already around 13.20.
Okay, based on that,
so
it seems like, really Dennis, it seems like the water level is rising at roughly 3 times the rate. It seems everywhere else. What can we put this down to, this accelerated level of rise, or the sea rise, the level of rising in the sea here in Metro Manila? What can we put this down to? There's a lot of talk about the land reclamation being a possible cause for this, the change in the population and the way that basically we're living our lives. How does our activities affect the level of sea rise?
Okay, let me put that this way. For Metro Manila, the case of Metro Manila, the data for 1947 up to 1964, that's the pre-industrialization of Metro Manila. You are looking at a 0.48 millimeters, so it's stable, you know. So it's not even 1 millimeter rate of sea level rise. That's the 1947 up to 1964. But in 1965, there was this urbanization of Metro Manila. People are coming in, so there's a population growth going on. So you already have the sea level rise at a very high rate, 14.4 millimeters. So there must be a connection with these two: the urbanization of Metro Manila and the the population are coming in for work. It's probably. But for the reclamation, we don't have data for that one. But I can only say, based on the tides in the area, it's still the same.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. The tides in Metro Manila is still the same.
Okay.
So there's no change of tides, but we don't know. We're not for sure that those could affect the circulation of tides in the future.
Okay, Dennis, what does this ultimately mean for us living in Metro Manila? Are we going to see more flooding? Is our land shrinking? What is the ultimate effect of this localized sea level rise?
Yes, because you've heard the climate change. Climate change is here, right? So there would be a the rising of the tides. So there would be a sort of a population displacement of population, perhaps. The let me see.
So populations need to move further away from our coastlines.
Yeah, that's right.
Low-lying areas will need to move towards
the
higher
disruption
ground.
Yes. The ecological systems will be disrupted because of salt intrusion. Frequent flooding is right. Frequent flooding or inundation, you were saying the rapid loss of land, and of course, population will be displaced, and the economic problems that would result from this.
So it's certainly a
displacement.
chain reaction of events that we should be quite concerned about. It is something that we should be paying close attention to. We hope to get to the bottom of this, and we thank you for this little bit of a primer. We hope to talk to you more about this, Dennis. Thank you so much for joining us this morning here on New Day.